Hello, this is Russell from
Tones of Evil.
And you're listening to Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Comic Capers. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is...
Hey y'all, it's the Mistress of the Deep. Hey-o,
Hey-o.
Little Hellfire.
That's right, kids. Because today we did Wonder Woman last time. Hey, this time, Aquaman's 80th anniversary special.
Good and wet.
That's right, Little Hellfire.
I don't even know what that's from. What is going on? Glug, glug, glug. Holds me down. I know what that's from.
Well, it's from the same thing.
Exactly. Now it's starting to come together. Shut your filthy mouth. So, the 80th came out August 23rd.
Was it? August what?
Wasn't it like the last Wednesday? So like,
I think so. You're cutting out a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, towards the end of August. I think, yeah, a few weeks ago. About a month or so.
No, okay.
But yeah, so I know you picked these out just like with the Wonder Woman. You wanted to do the two that like kind of covered his origin. That yes, we're going to cover the 80th anniversary issue.
Yes.
Okay. Before we start,
So
I was going to ask. I guess we can go. I was going to ask you about the 80th issue, but I guess we can wait till we get there. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, so this like before he turned into Namor.
Oh,
is the first one. I don't think a lot of people really know like the original origin, the Golden Age stuff, the original stuff. So that's why I kind of picked the first one that I picked. And then the second one is like kind of common, but like I don't think like a lot of Gen Z might know this one unless they're diehard Aquaman fans either.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
The second one is my favorite origin.
Here.
Before, a certain somebody.
I can hear you, but you're crackling all over the place. All right. So yes, the first one, More Fun Comics number 73. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right. So that one is from November 1941, and this one has a few stories in it, kids. There's a Dr. Fate, a Green Arrow. This is all for 10 cents, kids. Yeah, Dr. Fate, Green Arrow, Radio Squad, Johnny Quick. Sorry, kids, I'm scrolling down. Clip Carson. Sound like someone from this Doom Patrol. Spectre's in here. Again, kids, all of this for 10 cents. Alright, so here's the story Lilith Hellfire was looking for. Aquaman, the submarine strikes. Yeah, so let me do this. An unarmed ship carrying refugees and hospital workers is torpedoed by a submarine, U-112. Which surfaces to open fire on the last of the escaping lifeboats. Aquaman arrives and tows this boat away from the scene at an incredible speed. He then leaps aboard the sub and beats up one crewman, but the rest escape inside the hatches as the sub dives below the ocean. Did we kind of take, wonder if we took inspiration for, the movie took inspiration from this, because I'm like, submarine, beginning of the story?
That was just lucky happenstance, honestly.
Yeah. Well, this Aquaman's more clean cut. Not, you brought it. You could die. I'm not going to save you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That kind of soured me on Aquaman for a while. Momoa.
Same.
Once she turned the sound on, Lilith was like, ugh.
Not to mention the Amber Heard thing. I was still a little butthurt about.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not watching Aquaman 2. Just saying.
Oh my.
They kicked off Johnny Depp with no cause. It was before the trial. I'm just saying, you just don't pick sides like that. She only had that job because of him.
He's a man, Lilith Hellfire.
I mean, he's weird and creepy, yes, but I could have told you he wasn't as abusive as Amber Heard.
Didn't she like poop in his bed or something?
So many things, but yeah. But no, I like this origin because I don't know. It just seems it's just so not Namor.
Well, again, it's 41, but yes, Aquaman and some porpoises speed the lifeboat to the nearest land, where the captain asks him where he's from and how he does these miracles.
I'm Aquaman.
I'm Aquaman, bitch. Aquaman tells him that his father, a famous underwater explorer, found an ancient sunken city, built himself a watertight home within one of the palaces, and lived there, studying the records and devices of the
He's Sandy from SpongeBob!
Here he found wonders that the upper world had never known. Aquaman names neither of his parents in this telling, noting that only that his mother died when he was a baby. He also
giving birth, no less, probably. It was the 40s.
Oh, true. Was she a Disney princess? He also mentions that his father used 100 scientific secrets to enable him to draw oxygen from the water to develop his speed, strength, and mental powers. His father then died because it was the 40s. The parents died.
His father was like 30, so he had to go. He was old.
I was going to say, as Superman, man, the minute them parents fulfill their purpose, man, they're dead. Having told his tale, Aquaman leaves to hunt for U-112 and finds it docked at its base, a little-known island near the sea lanes, with the captain already ashore, reporting to his superior officer. Aquaman punches his fist through the steel hull.
There's that Snyder style we know and love.
And the sub sinks right there at the pier. There's no sign of any escaping crewmen. They all died. On the pier, the captain and his boss run away to hide in the base arsenal, and as Aquaman is about to batter down the door, the sub-captain's boss manages to drop a hammer onto his head, knocking him senseless. Then they load him up with weights and drop him into the ocean.
He's gonna sleep with the fishes, see?
Yeah, At first, the extreme pressure at this depth prevents him from bursting his bonds, but he exploits a bulb-like undersea plant, which gives off a bright greenish fluid. This acts as a signal for Aquaman's porpoise friends, who propel him into shallower water, where the lighted pressure enables him to burst free. Aquaman leaps through the water like a flashing silver scimitar back to the enemy base, where he punches out the U-112's captain and chases the captain's boss into the arsenal. He throws a hand grenade at Aquaman, who catches and returns. The grenade detonates the munitions.
Take that, Captain America!
The grenade
He's not gonna lay on it, he's gonna throw it back. Hey-oh.
The grenade detonates and the munition supply, and the high official is killed. Happily ever after. So before we had Bat God, we had Aqua God.
Yeah, I actually like it better. It's quote-unquote scientific based. Well, not just, I'm a human and I will myself with penicillin T and willpower, that whole thing.
I buy it more because he probably has like quicker reflexes on land since he's used to like operating underwater.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think it's fun. The 40s was a fun time for superheroes to just be superheroes. It was, it was more or less no thoughts, just vibes. If you want to write it, do it. You don't have to think about an actual backstory or if it makes scientific sense or if we're making it for a cinematic universe. You know what I mean?
And it was a lot more black and white, especially in the 40s. It was like, oh, we're going to punch a Nazi now.
I mean, every issue pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Hey, kids, buy war bonds and punch Nazis. Even Batman and Superman. I was just like, yeah. I mean, Captain America made sense, but yeah, everyone else even too is like.
Yeah, definitely. But so what did you think? Have you ever read this one before, or you more a modern Aquaman kind of person?
I think more modern. Yeah, I don't think I ever read anything before the Silver Age. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I kind of know his origin, so no surprises.
Not this origin, you don't.
Oh no, I know.
That's what I said. Most people don't know this origin. I like this origin. It's hilarious because it's like it's the origin of the they see me rolling, they hating me with him on the the stingrays. This is the origin of that. He just rolls up with the porpoises like sup.
I was riding those porpoises dirty, huh?
Oh yeah. They trying to catch him riding dirty. They ain't gonna catch him though. He's gonna punch a hole in the ship. You ain't catching him.
I love how they knock him out with a hammer, but yeah, he can punch through a steel hull.
Take that. What? Well, to be fair, in modern times, Aquaman could give Superman a run for his money.
True.
That trident can pierce his skin is all that I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's strong, but meanwhile you knock him out with a hammer.
They didn't reinforce the head. I think that's where they were holding him to dip the rest of his body like Achilles. So it's just kind of weak right there.
That just seems like that was like an early superhero origin, man. You hit them in the head, man. They're automatically out. That's like, one of the first appearances of Hal Jordan. He gets hit over the head with a yellow lamp.
Well, there you go.
Yellow.
So yeah, I feel like the Aquaman creator, like, doesn't get enough, like, respect put on his name. I'm just gonna put it out there. I think when people think Aquaman, they think a lot of other people before they think the actual, creator and stuff, so.
Yeah, because, it's like Batman, Superman, we kind of know the names behind it. Even Wonder Woman's his creators got more press recently. But yeah, Aquaman, it's like, I don't
even think his family has an estate or anything. I think that I'd have to look into that, but I'm just saying. You don't hear about the Aquaman's family's estate begging for money. That's all that I'm saying.
They probably don't think they're going to win in court because, they'll go in the court and, they'll pull like a rock.
You ain't going to win against the mouse, but DC made Warner Brothers, as messy as it is, there's a loophole in there somewhere.
Yeah, but you walk in and the judge pulls a Raj and it's like, dude, Aquaman sucks.
Oh, damn.
I don't know how much money. Well, I guess with the movies, you might make some money, but I was going to say,
he was really selling a lot of comics back in the 90s and, like, up until, like, that whole Rebirth thing. Even Rebirth, he was one of the best sellers, so I don't know.
So what happened? Is it just that enough reboots, or did Momoa ruin the whole comic, or what?
Honestly, I really do feel like Momoa has kind of tainted the Aquaman thing. No shade to him. He made, like, the Dude Bros interested in Aquaman, but I don't want that in my fandom.
Yeah, no, like I said, that turned me off. Again, it's like Aquaman's, like, pretty smart in the comics, and then you have, play him as, like, a dumb guy kind of sort of in the movies, and it's like, okay.
I'm just big, dumb, and handsome. I'm like, we got Chris Hemsworth. Matter of fact, we got all the Chris's for all that. All the Chris's in Hollywood. Well, except for Chris Pratt, but, all the good Chris's. They play the him.
Chris Evans can get it all day, every day.
Never forget, kids.
I'm going to put it on a t-shirt for you. Don't worry about it. Good and wet.
Yes.
And how.
Oh!
So let's move on to the second story. This is probably Don't Feed the Troll.
All right. So another take on the origin, Adventure Comics 260.
It's still pretty old.
Yeah, we skip ahead to the future, May 1959. The future, see? There's a super...
Don't even mention Superboy. We don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't even read it, so don't worry about it.
But Green Arrow's new partner is pretty sweet. Just if you ever get the time to look it up, guys. I'll just mention that.
All right, here we go. Okay, here's the title. Spoilers. How Aquaman got his powers.
Modern comics could never. Straightforward. Half a page? No way.
I know. It'd be 6 issues. One day, a U.S. military submarine...
Looking at you, Burn.
Oh! Burn. Burn. Okay, so we're not going to mention the anvil dropping on her head.
No, I have given up. If we don't talk about him, maybe he'll go away.
No, he's not. Wait, you want to know about...
You ignore it like Tinkerbell. Don't clap for him, and he'll die.
Wait, you want to know about my origin? Yes, I want to know about your origin. You really want to know about my origin? Yes, I want to know about your origin.
Some say I come from Krypton, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to believe Rogozar.
Is that my father? I don't know. Is that really my father?
Howard Stark is Superman's father.
Oh! His parents are nobodies, just like Tony Stark.
My Pa Kent, you take that back.
I think that is the biggest crime Bendis pulled to Charlie Esser. He's like, yeah, he said it was going to be a big reveal. Who was the real parents of Tony Stark? He's like, I don't know, nobodies.
We're doing me now?
No, the biggest Bendis outside of Rogozar is making Jessica the Avengers house mom, basically. Like, jeez Louise. She deserves so much better than that.
I know, but it's like, the way he originally wrote the character, she's not going to really fit in with the Avengers, but I guess he had a something for, he can't want to keep writing her, so it's, he wanted his shackle of hellfire.
I get it. Anywho, this one is fun, though.
Yes. So this one starts with a submarine also. One day...
See, it's a thing. Submariner, I'm just saying. Think about it.
What's Aquaman's favorite food? Subs. One day...
Tugboat with a little tomato on it, yep.
Oh my. One day, a U.S. military submarine is testing a new type of atomic warhead.
Split that atom!
That's right, kids. Won't hurt anyone except the enemy. It's the 50s. Aquaman summons various sea life to help him disarm the warheads. Pulling
a Superman 4 before Superman 4 was a thing.
I still love Peter David. If that was my movie, I'd be like, call Lex Luthor immediately. We gotta stop this Superman. Boarding the ship.
I mean, if it was America Day, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Somebody get Trump on the line.
Tell Lex we'll help him build his ship to get to space. Boarding the ship, Aquaman meets the captain and asks him not to test the weapons. Asking for an explanation, Aquaman leads the captain away from the crew and tells him the story of how he got his powers.
And you thought this was going to be a gamma ray story. Shame on you.
So, 18 years later, we get another origin. Aquaman explains that some years ago, an ex-sailor who now lived the life of a lighthouse keeper saw a woman on her raft caught in a raging hurricane. I see where this is going.
Talk about a rager.
Hey-oh!
Rode hard and put away wet.
Hey-oh! Coming to her rescue.
Good and wet.
He learned the woman's name was...
No. Cold, hard, wet nipples?
This isn't Spidey. This isn't Kristen Dunst.
Cold, wet, hard nipples?
Oh, what a waste of butter.
The woman's name was Atlanta. The two fell in love.
Hello.
They named the town after
the boys nicknamed her Hotlanta.
Oh! Oh my. The two fell in love, and a year later, Atlanta gave birth to a young boy. Man, they did not waste time. As the boy grew up...
They never did back then. It's still the 50s. They were still popping out 6 kids. For no reason.
The rhythm method. Hey, gotta run that lighthouse.
The rhythm method. Oh my god. Somebody was offbeat.
Oh, like the waves of the ocean. As the boy grew up, his father was shocked to find out the boy could swim, breathe underwater, and communicate with sea life. Sometime later, Atlanta became ill and on her deathbed explained to her son and husband that she was really from the lost city of Atlantis, a city whose people could live under the sea, and that she was forced into exile by her people. In her dying breath, she tells her son that he would one day be ruler of the oceans. Thus, the widowed lighthouse keeper trained the boy to control his powers and sent him to school on the surface to get an education.
Education.
Up to
the 8th grade, at least. It's the 50s.
Again, yeah. You know how to act. You know your goes intos. Okay. Eventually, the lighthouse keeper died and was buried at sea. Again, we didn't need him anymore. And was buried at sea, and the boy became the hero known as Aquaman. With his story finished, the submarine captain asked Aquaman why he shouldn't test his warheads.
He's like, yeah, but what about those warheads? Like, you didn't answer my question. He's like, I'm the king of the sea. I said so. Don't get an Alfred in this.
Okay, I learned how you were conceived. What does this have to do with my warheads? We talked about your father's warhead. What about mine?
Nice.
Shouldn't test his warheads in this location, and Aquaman tells him in secret that it is the location of the lost city of Atlantis. As the submarine relocates...
Dun, dun, dun.
We're above Atlantis. As the submarine relocates, Aquaman swims past Atlantis, hoping to someday introduce himself to the people that live there. Oh, so he's like, okay, yeah, you can't do it here. Atlantis is here. If you want to drop your bombs on, the south,
Japan.
The south side, no one cares about those fish.
probably, one of the 7 kingdoms that he doesn't like. I'm just saying. Politics, baby. Politics.
The deep. That's how we got the creatures from the deep.
Yep. Headcanon accepted. Although I actually do think that's canon.
I'm sure it was some kind of
somewhere.
radiation.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Johns did that somewhere.
It has to be radiation or toxic waste or something. Yeah.
Although, to be fair, there's some pretty monstrous stuff naturally in the deep sides of the ocean that we can't get to.
Yeah.
So.
Man, we could have did a Marvel DC crossover with this. It's like, okay, well, you have to talk to the weapons designer. His name is Banner.
Nice.
So, is this a better origin, Lil?
I think for most people, this is the most relatable origin, probably. I don't really like anything after this origin, to be honest with you. Like, they kind of mix and match and kind of make a bunch of gobbledygook out of it afterwards. This is, like, still pretty straightforward and simple, and not as convoluted.
Yeah. I mean...
Although I don't like how they just left us on the cliffhanger. Oh, on my dying breath, you shall be king! Like someone... But again, it's the 50s. That's how a lot of stories were.
Well, yeah, the mother gives birth, gives the information, dies, and then once he's old enough...
No thoughts, bro, just vibes.
And then the minute he's old enough to be on his own, the father dies. But again, Aquaman's kind of like Wonder Woman, where it's like every decade or so, they either have to like add something to the origin or take something out, and it's like they really mess with it.
For no reason, just to be arbitrary.
Yeah. I mean, even with Superman, they kind of mess with sometimes with how Krypton was like, but it's like, again, it's Krypton. It's,
We don't really know for sure. It's all speculation. A, because it's fiction, and B, because it blew up in the comic.
Well, maybe that's another another point of why Batman's so popular. It's like you really can't mess with that origin too much, and if anyone dies, they get like.
I'm pretty sure that's the first rule in the book. Even in Elseworld Tales, the Wayne's gonna die. We don't care about the how, the when, the why, or the who, but they're gonna die.
Sometimes
that's about as Uncle Ben as you get, buddy.
And the only thing you can change without an uproar is either sometimes it was Joe Chill, sometimes it was a nameless criminal.
Mafia.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
It's either Chill or...
It was a conspiracy idea. What they don't tell you is because Martha Wayne was having an affair, you see.
Oh, remember when Grant Morrison...
And Bruce Wayne's not really Thomas Wayne's son.
Well, remember when Grant Morrison tried to do that in Batman R.I.P., and they were trying to say Alfred was his biological father. And
that's my headcanon, and I accept it.
Gun down 2 prominent citizens, no one bats an eye. Say one of them had an affair, and people lose their minds.
I'm just saying, not for nothing, Pennyworth's going there. Low-key going there. So, should be watching Pennyworth, kids, if that's your head.
I mean, can you...
But anywho, yeah.
I mean, can you imagine that? If Bruce finds that out now, he's like, oh my god, he's my father, and now he's
Where do you
dead.
think Alfred got that money from? That's that sweet, sweet King money. Martha left her money to him.
Oh.
So Dick has key money, you see.
Alfred was a bought and paid boy toy.
He was a kept man.
Oh my.
Yes.
She polished his silver.
Y'all can fight me in the comments. I don't care. Hit the like button, dislike button, and comment. That's all we care about around here. So let's get to this jam-packed spectacular.
Yes, this $10 book. Okay, here's my question. I don't know if you knew in your store, did it seem that they sold a lot of copies? Because I know when I bought this, my guy was saying he didn't order a lot of copies.
I mean, all the variants were there.
Okay.
I was like, oh man.
Yeah. So I know my guy said he didn't order as many of these as like the other ones because like the orders weren't really there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Aquaman is like the Rodney Dangerfield of DC. He can't get no respect.
They've hurt the brand. That's
Tarnished. About as rusted as a tire in the saltwater ocean. I'm telling you.
Oh my.
Okay, which one was your favorite story though?
Maybe. I kind of like the. That's a different story, right? The Lady in the Lake was pretty awesome with Aquaman and Garth.
I have 2. Yeah, I have 2. So I liked It's a Family Affair and What Remains of a Storm. Those are my 2 favorites. They were all pretty decent, but
okay, here's my question.
I thought that they would have bigger names for this.
was it a question of they couldn't get bigger names, or they were just like, yeah, don't put bigger names?
Is it just me? Like, I don't think there was like one big like, ooh, gotta buy that for just this story kind of name on here.
I mean, as someone who's like really only jumped on like full time on the Aquaman like towards the end of the New 52, I'm like, I wanted like more stories that like in different eras, like they did with some of the others. That a lot of these seem like more modern, set in the modern.
Well, don't hold your breath for an Aquaman orange and green.
But no, this was the perfect opportunity, do some, they did the one with the blue suit. I'm like, okay. And then there was, was Aqua Beast really a thing?
Well, people really don't like the hook hand, so.
But even before that, the Justice League Detroit era story or something, something. Or even before that,
I don't think these writers even knew, honestly.
Maybe.
I just feel like nobody knew who the hell Aquaman was, let alone who he is right now, because DC doesn't know.
I know, but I'm like, do something.
These are very generic.
Again, introduce some of these older stories to people. I mean, he led the Justice League for a while. Do something in that era.
I mean, they're all decent, and there's no shade to anybody. It's just not what I would have hoped for Aquaman's 80th.
Like I said, I just wanted them to jump around to different eras, and most of these seem more modern, except for like one or two.
Very
stories.
modern.
Yeah.
And the Black Manta story is so rude.
What?
Like, come on, man. The Black Manta story was rude.
Well, that was just a, hey, look what's
Preview,
Look what's coming soon. Yeah.
Just rude. Let him have his moment.
Are we? Oh my God, DC, are you going dark again? Because Black Manta 1's coming soon, and now I didn't get it, but Deathstroke Inc. came out today, so it's like, are we doubling down on villains?
Oh, really?
I didn't pick up Deathstroke Inc. The only thing that kind of like was teasing me, I was like, Black Canary's in it, but I was like, I'm sick of Deathstroke,
Yeah, they kind of burnt me out on Deathstroke too as well.
Oh, hey, just like Deadpool, they burn it out.
No, they didn't even get a movie.
I was gonna say, man, they really like burn him out in the movies, and he really didn't show up except for that end credit scene. They're like, oh yeah, look what's coming, and then they never paid it off.
He could have still showed up in the the Batman. I'm just saying they could have done it, but they went in a different way.
Well, I was gonna say maybe in the sequel, but I think.
Well, also, I think Titans did it better, and Arrow's done it better, so it's really no need to go there, honestly.
And again, if you don't do Titans first with Deathstroke, what's the point?
Exactly, my friend.
But no.
So yeah, there was Foxtail. That one was by Jeff Parker and Brandon Thomas. Art by Evan Shaner. I'm just like, okay, cool beans.
Okay, as an old school fan, so is Aqua Beast really a thing?
I don't think so.
No, that's like a brand new thing.
I'm pretty sure.
Because that seemed like another older tale, so I was like, okay.
Again, like I said, I felt like none of these writers knew who, what, where, the when, and why of Aquaman. Unfortunately for me as a fan.
Well, I get, yeah.
And I think that's why it didn't sell as much, because like I said, who are these people? No offense to them, but who are these people in terms of, why should I be excited that you're writing Aquaman's 80th? You know what I mean?
But again, like they
didn't even hype it at all. It came and went.
Yeah, but again, it's like, Batman, Nightwing, Dick Grayson, the Robin stuff, even Wonder Woman. It seemed like they did different things with the book, like different eras or outside continuity stories. This just seemed pretty much, like I said, a lot of the stories are just like, set in current continuity. Here you go.
Which is the worst. This is the darkest timeline for sure.
But that's fine if you want to do one or two stories of that. But again, mix it up.
It's a celebration of 80 years. I think they didn't understand the assignment. I don't think. Or
is it just like, was it too much overload? Because again, too, Wonder Woman's 80th was this year. Green Arrows, which we'll get to at the end of the year, was this year. Is it just that there was too many?
That's the beauty of being DC. You have the deep, rich history. You have 20 years on Marvel, buddy. What are you doing? Nothing, apparently. DC does not know how to run a business at this. Warner does not want a comic book division, and it shows. And let somebody else buy it. It's fine.
I think they were all like, I don't know if they had their hopes and dreams pinned on the Snyderverse, and then like when they got backlash for that, it's just like, okay, well, what direction do we go? I don't know.
They're still doing another. Wonder Woman's getting a trilogy. I feel like if Aquaman makes that a little bit more money than the first one did, that'll get a trilogy. Shazam is definitely the great white hope of DC right now because we don't have Superman.
Literally.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's a guaranteed trilogy. Plus, they're already the Black Adam spinoff, which probably guaranteed to get another spinoff of a Black Adam. Probably a Justice League Dark or something set in the future or modern. Hey, just as a heads up, guys.
I mean, it almost seems like they're pinning their hopes on HBO Max now because, I mean, the Green Lantern series, Peacemaker, aren't they doing a Constantine?
That other show that's spinning out of the Batman, allegedly. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not the Gotham PD.
Penguin.
The other one. There's another one.
Penguin, yeah.
Yeah, with Colin Farrell, I'm just like, that's not gonna happen. I don't know. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'll be really surprised if it's like more than 3 episodes. If it's not if it's a limited series and it's a one and done limited series, Colin Farrell ain't doing no dang 9 episode season.
I mean, unless they bring the money, yeah. I mean, isn't he like It's
not even about the money. It's just that's just not who he is.
Yeah.
He's very much a Ruby Rose. He says he'll commit to stuff and then backs out.
So that's what I'm saying. Are they throwing all these series out? And it's like, okay, some of these will make it
Just focus on, no offense to Titans, just focus on Doom Patrol. Brendan Fraser's literally a national treasure. If you can find a way to get Keanu Reeves in one of your damn comic book properties, you're golden. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Like I said,
call me. I will fix it. I promise.
Again, Green Lantern's coming. And then they're doing that. Aren't they doing a Constantine something? Or is it Constantine or Justice League Dark?
Until I see it actually on the screen, I don't believe nothing.
Well, I mean,
big Warner Brothers.
I mean, they made
movies, TV shows.
They made Matt Ryan give up Constantine, so
right. Big mistake.
Again, yeah.
He could have been the continuity glue. Him and Polka Dot Man could have been the continuity glue of the whole multiverse. But no.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, was this cheaper than all the other ones? I feel like this was the cheapest one, right?
No, this was $10.
Oh, okay. My guy must have just gave me a discount.
Oh my! Yeah, some of us.
Yeah, I paid like $6.99 for this book. So
some of us aren't young, pretty women. I'm sorry. No, some of some of
us don't spend $300 a month at the comic book shop.
Well, no. I get like what is it, like a 10% discount because I'm a subscriber. So
yeah,
I'll spend $300 at the shop, not in 1 week.
No, that's a month. About.
Maybe.
If I don't include Funko Pops, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Where's my button? Nobody tell Danielle.
Nobody tell the dogs. Those are our treats. That's the lamb jerky. No,
Mama, you want us to eat canned food?
Exactly. Don't tell the dogs. But I feel really bad for Aquaman as a property right now. We're down bad, guys. So
I'm just.
I hope something changes in the comic book soon because he doesn't even have his own ongoing right now. Like,
I'm just waiting for Marvel to like pull the trigger on like a Namor movie, and they're going to be like, "Hey, look, you guys could have did this like 5 years ago."
Yeah, they got their universal rights back a while ago, so I don't know what they've been waiting on.
But I'm just saying, Marvel.
I think when the Fantastic Four come back, that'll open the door for that particular character.
Yeah. But yeah, once they pull the trigger on Namor, it'll either be a like successful movie or series, and then they'll spin off a comic out of that, and they're going to be like, "Hey, DC, you could have did this like 5-10 years ago, and you effed up your chance."
Yep, I'm just waiting. I've been waiting on Namor for a while. So
I'm sure you have.
I was waiting on Namor at Universal with the Hulk. I'm like, okay, we got the Hulk movie, baby. Where's the no Namor, no guy, no hot guy to Speedo. Hulk, okay. I don't even know if I would want to play Namor at this point, though. Get back to you on that.
Zachary Quinto. Because he played Spock. Get it?
Yeah, I know. I get it. I don't like that portrayal of Spock. I don't appreciate that portrayal of Spock.
Oh, what about...
Actually, the Aberverse doesn't even exist to me. What am I talking about?
I know. The Kelvin timeline, I know. What about Keanu? Or is he too old?
Too old. No offense. I mean, we'll have to see how the Matrix pans out, but he's kind of stuck at Warner Brothers for the moment. His whole life is with them, so.
To paraphrase one of our many drops, because I know Lilith likes him young. She needs a name more.
Men die. Men die sooner than women. So you gotta balance it out.
That's why I married a young woman. There's no way she died before me.
10-year gap. You gotta have that 10-year gap.
Almost.
But yeah, I just don't even know what to make of this. It's the choices that they made with this book. I was excited. I thought like I said, they didn't make a hype for it. Like, I know they didn't have like posters at my shop, and usually has posters. He had a poster for Why the Last Man, and he didn't have a poster for Aquaman's 80th. So,
well, again, too, do you think maybe because he doesn't have his own ongoing series at this point? I mean, at least with the Wonder Woman one, Wonder Woman still has her ongoing book. So
debatable.
Well,
debatable.
I mean, they put one out, Lilith. I didn't say anything about the quality. I'm just. I mean, and then.
it might as well not even put one out. If I'm going to be honest, just give me Wonder Woman Black and Gold. That's the only book we need.
So they, like I'm saying, the regular book, then they do like, stuff like Black and Gold. So it's like, okay, that maybe we'll give a little more attention to Wonder Woman, but Aquaman, he don't have a monthly book to push. So yeah, just throw out.
I didn't see anybody say Happy Aquaman Day or anything.
When was that? I didn't see it. When was that?
No, I'm just saying the day that his book came out, the 80th came out.
Yeah, that's what I said. The guy at my store said, no one really ordered it.
It's such a shame. I think he's a very good character. You always got to have your water-based character to round out the party. So
we need some like one of these well-known writers, not you, Bendis, to come in and really do a job. Like
at this point, honestly, because I don't want Mirror because it reminds me of Amber Heard. At this point, he'll write Mirror right out. So maybe we need to Bendis touch on the Aquaman.
She'll become a drunk.
I mean, he has been Tony level starts of, he's had his problems.
Seriously. Oh, yeah. Or, someone come in right.
Yeah. Bendis loves politics. Oh, we have such a political intrigue book, bro. Although that angle has been done to death.
Or, I mean,
honestly.
But that's the thing. It's like the Superman Krypton thing. Like, everything, I swear, in the last couple of years with Aquaman's been Atlantis. How about a story where, for some reason, he has to leave Atlantis and we, see him elsewhere, and let's do a year without.
How about he loses the ability to breathe underwater for a couple?
Ooh,
and it's psychosomatic, obviously. Obviously,
I was gonna say,
take a drink.
If nothing else, that's a year with no Atlantis. He can be in the ocean, just no Atlantis, and it's like let's build from there.
He has to restore his constituents' beliefs, so he has to go spend time in the other kingdoms or something. They have such a rich history, actually. That we never get to. That's what I was excited about the movie for. We actually got a little taste of it, and I thought it was so cool. And it's so much more lore and history there, especially where Mirror's from.
Let's do an Aquaman hard traveling heroes.
Oh God. Hey, that's the thing about comic book Aquaman though. He's not obtuse at all. He's very observant. He's very smart. He's very resourceful. So we don't need that. He's very in touch with his people. So we wouldn't actually need that. That's the nice thing about Aquaman in the comics. That's been pretty consistent.
I was cycling through names in my head. Who could do this? Like a Chip Zdarsky or a Kelly Thompson? But I
wouldn't wish that on anybody.
I know.
At this point, it's a dead end brand to be attached to. Let's just be honest.
No, I got it. You know who you give this book to? You know who knows their DC history inside and out? Mark Waid.
My name is Arthur Curry, and I'm the fastest man in the water alive.
No, come on. I mean, he knows.
Mark Waid does. I'll give him that. It's better than Jeff Johns.
And Mark Waid, he'll start pulling elements from back in the past. A lot of stuff people probably forgotten about Aquaman.
You know what? We should start a petition. Mark Waid for Aquaman 2022.
Yes.
I would actually like that. Now I don't know what artist I would want because we had actually really great artists on Aquaman, and I don't think they get their just due either, which is crazy because waterscapes are hard, man.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think who would be a good artist for Aquaman.
You know what? Just I don't know. I don't think we could ever get Jim Lee, but I think Jim Lee doing Aquaman would make a girl's heart go pitter patter in other parts as well.
Oh, get him! Hey, man. Hey, get him while he's still on the payroll, man.
Good and wet, exactly. Might not be too much longer. All the other rats are jumping ship. I don't blame them.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on social media and be like, man, we need a good take on Aquaman. Mark Wade's your man.
I heard Mark Wade wasn't busy. Too busy, anyway.
I have to work in a plug for this episode.
There you go. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. I like old-timey Aquaman. Now you guys know that about me, but shouldn't be a shock. I like Golden Age stuff. I like early Silver Age stuff as well. So I think that's just the best time besides the new 52 to read Aquaman.
She likes some Golden Age and Violent, kids.
No harpoon hand. I hate that. It's almost as bad as Wonder Woman's karate suit.
So wait, you don't like that whole era or just the hand thing?
Just the hand thing.
Okay. So I was gonna say
the first time I saw that on a cover, I wanted to cry.
So I was gonna say that was Peter David, dumbass.
I know. I still wanted to cry.
Oh, speaking of, yeah, I was going through my archives. I have some comics we can give away. They're Aquamans.
How dare you, sir?
What? No, I have I had doubles in my collection. So yeah, no.
He's like, I don't want this crap in my
Yeah, no. After I went to that big sidewalk sale, I figured out. Yeah, I grabbed like 3 that I already had. So no,
I hate when that happens.
I'm thinking at some point. I'm thinking at some point in the future because I even have like 1 or 2 Green Lantern issues that I can give away too. But maybe we should give those away at some. Figure out how to give them away and to do that at some future point. Maybe next year when we do the
Maybe next year we'll have a monthly giveaway or something. I'm sure I got a couple of doubles with Funkos.
Maybe for the what next year's. Stay tuned, kids.
Whoever.
What? You gotta cut out what?
I said whoever wins the bracket.
Oh, the bracket.
Put together for them.
Oh no, I didn't even mean that. I meant what.
For the other thing.
Yes.
That's bacon in the oven. Yeah.
You know that DC thing.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Not yet. It's not even December yet.
I know. Stay tuned. I'm just tickling everyone's ass with a feather. Stay tuned, kids. You're not going to want to miss 2022 here. I'm telling you.
Yes. Suck it, Capes and Lunatics.
Straight from the twisted mind of
Sidekicks is coming for the crown.
Straight from the twisted mind of Lilith Hellfire. I mean, I'm 100% on board with it, but man, this was her brainchild, man. Just stay tuned. That's all I'll say.
No, it's not an OnlyFans, perverts. Or is it? Find out.
Well, that'll be Patreon. Come on. We need the money. Gimme.
Dear Marnell. We need the money. Gimme. But on that note, I'm just going to give the 80th annual a C+.
Ooh.
No, it's average. Some effort was applied. It's not a complete fail, but we should have done better. I guess we'll see it at the 100th year anniversary, maybe.
Oh, my. I mean, they might do something for 90, don't you think? No.
I'm surprised they did anything for 80. They must really need the money. 80 is not a year to celebrate. It's like you get your 75th. You need the money. Then you go right on to the 100.
Oh, please.
Just saying.
It's DC. They'll milk it every 10 years.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely going to do something for 90. They'll probably do something for 85.
Well, again, too, it's like, again, by the time they get to Aquaman, we've already done like a anniversary for Superman, for Batman, for Wonder Woman, for The Flash, so.
Yeah, but it should be a whole year-long celebration every month. Bang, something new. Bang, somebody's got... Oh.
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh.
Every month.
You know what I mean?
Every month.
Just make it
bang.
like a year-long celebration.
Yeah. I know.
We have enough characters. God knows we have enough characters.
I know. Well, again, Superman gets his own year. Batman gets his own year. Then, like, once you hit, like, anything that came in 1940, there was a bunch of characters. 41, there was a bunch of characters.
Every character is someone's favorite, so... I mean, Aquaman's movie did better than Man of Steel, so, I mean... Critically and financially, if I'm not mistaken, so... Show some respect on that, at least.
Like I said, I really didn't have a big problem with the movie, except for, like, Jason Momoa. Everything else, I was like, okay, this is serviceable.
I will forever be bitter that they didn't cast Jake Abel. I will forever be bitter.
Oh, my.
I bet you Black Manta gets a spinoff movie. I bet you. Bet you anything.
Oh, yeah, especially if the second movie does well, yeah. I mean, he's getting his own comic. I think they're trying to put that in the atmosphere.
Yeah, and I hope they give the guy who played Black Manta something more to work with script wise.
Yeah.
This movie.
Well, again,
the costume though was amazing. Not gonna lie, I was like, oh my god, finally something is comic book accurate. They got one thing right.
Yeah, no, he looked awesome. It was just
It only took 7 movies. They got one thing right.
Yeah, no, he looked awesome, but it's just that movie was so busy. I mean, they really
It was so busy, and honestly, we need an Ocean Master. We need an Ocean Master spinoff too, because Patrick Wilson killed that. Okay.
Yeah. There was just too much to do.
Like I said, Aquaman villains, do not sleep on them. They are evil.
I mean, we had to do the origin. We had to have him fight Ocean Master for the throne, and then it's like we're trying to squeeze Black Manta in here, and that whole thing with his father at the beginning. Yeah, there was a lot going on.
That could have been an end credit scene. I'm just saying.
Revenge. All right.
Anywho, yeah.
All right, so
You got any homework?
Oh, of course, we always have homework, Lilith Hellfire. Please.
Boo!
Oh, come on, it's fun homework. Come on.
True. Fair enough.
All right, so next time, in 2 weeks, kids, because remember, The Devil You Know went to Capes and Lunatics podcast, so, with all our Marvel content. So in 2 weeks, when Comic Capers returns, part 1 of Armageddon 2001,
Chaos ensues.
we'll be covering Armageddon 2001 number 1 and Superman Annual 3. What? Hello?
Okay.
What?
Nothing. Superman Annual 3. I just thought it was higher than that.
Nope. I think all the Superman annuals that year were number 3. So yeah. well, they once after Crisis they started renumbering those annuals. So
Yeah.
because nothing happened before Crisis, Lilith.
Except for now. Nothing happened after Crisis.
Oh my god, how awesome would that be if they started putting out DC started putting out annuals like next year, and it's like, oh, here's Superman Annual 64, and it's like, well, it's like, oh, so close.
So close.
Come on, kids, we love big numbers. All right, so yeah, it'll be Armageddon for the rest of the year, except for the last week of the year when we cover the top 10 essential Green Arrow stories. So
That's 5 each, right?
what? 5? That's what you said, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I was,
Why? You think we're
making sure. 20 Green Arrow-ish.
There's people out there saying, have there been 20 Green Arrow stories?
You shut your filthy mouth. You're gonna find out.
That's right, you plebes. So yes, send us your thoughts.
Posers.
You noobs. Anyway, yes, so email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Comic Capers on Facebook, on Twitter. Go follow the DC Omniverse, our Facebook fan group, for all of our DC content. Read between the lines, what? So find links to all of the various social medias for all of our shows. Find links to this YouTube channel. See Lilith Hellfire, give me the finger. Please subscribe to the YouTube, but most importantly, please subscribe to our Patreon. Lilith Hellfire and I doing some good interviews there to wrap up the year. And then, like we said, 2022, we're going to do our superhero movie brackets. We will. The question that has plagued humanity for years, what is the worst superhero movie? We will find out by the end of next year.
Send in some of your picks. Maybe they make the list.
And again, sign up and join us on the journey, man. All right. And so, yes, please subscribe to our Patreon. And if you don't want to do that, you can buy merch. Brand new. We were at TeePublic. Now we're on Teespring. So
You can still take a sip and cover your nips. We're just at a new place.
that's right. And we might even be adding more merch soon. So yeah, get on board, kids. So find
Chris Evans can get it.
Oh my. Anyway, so yes, find links to all of that, all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. So yes, please help us. Again, Patreon and the merch, two most important things, because again, Southgate Media Group, no more. This team has shown me they have confidence in me and each other, and everyone is paying for this out of their own pocket. So yes. You know what we should do one day? Like a PBS pledge drive type thing.
Ooh, I'll make the totes.
Oh, Charlie Esser can sing and dance. Oh,
Moss can put on a play.
Matt Kona can do stand up. Yes. I just need a tux now.
And I will do the fan dance.
Nice. I'll just sit here with the microphone.
You know,
I'll just stand here.
Star Trek's my brand, bro.
I'll just stand here with the microphone and a tux. Your contribution is so important. All right, so enough of that. Lilith Hellfire.
Hey, we could put on together our own marathon, honestly.
Seriously. I can even do a toad board, probably. Yes. All right, so. Yes, kids. All right. Lilith Hellfire, where can people talk to you about the Aquaman?
If you want to talk to me about a Aquaman, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69, and of course on TikTok, making comments and only Star Trek related content at Lilith Hellfire69. It's so salty.
The ocean.
Good and wet.
And shut
Talk
your
about
filthy
tapping your
mouth.
way downtown. Hell.
Hey-o.
And shut your filthy mouth.
Oh, my. And again, kids.
He's not gonna hear this.
No, he said.
Might.
No, he said he wants to
He
learn.
might say more. He might.
He said he wants to learn more about DC. He said he'll listen to any of these shows except for you know what, the Batman.
I love Batman.
Ray's like, "It's not even a Batman show. Stop it."
He's like, damn it, got me again.
He doesn't care about any of those other drops. That's the only one that annoys him. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Next time, Armageddon 2001 begins in 2 weeks. Join us, especially if you're going to be watching that Flash crossover. They missed their opportunity. They should have named it Armageddon 2021. Come on. Branding, kids.
No, but none of the people that are still watching Flash would have got that reference.
I did not get that reference.
I am Connor from the House of L.
And I am Ray from the House of Zod.
We are two of the many survivors of Krypton's destruction, and we have made our home in Australia, and dare I say, have become Australians, for better or worse. But we have also decided to read Superman comics, read Superman books, watch Superman shows, cartoons, movies, basically everything Superman, and from an Australian perspective as well. Whether you're a seasoned fan, like me,
Or whether you are coming in fresh, wide-eyed and wanting to learn more like me, then this podcast is for you. Join us for our bi-weekly adventures available on all good podcast catchers.
So just search for Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. We'll be coming to you from Australia or some cosmic dimension, wherever we are that week. Up,
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 and away.